Hi friends, let's look at the usefulness of macros in Microsoft Excel. We already solved various problems using Excel, wherein we have used, GoalSeek or Solver, or wherein we need to perform certain tasks, wherein we need to go to some, tab and do some operations, wherein we ask Excel to either change a particular value to get a particular, objective, or maybe we set a goal and we reach through that by changing certain cells. Uh, Let us see an example in chemical engineering wherein we need to find out volume given pressure and temperature using van der Waals equation of state. We can very easily solve this problem with the help of Goldsick. And if I want to solve this particular equation by given this data, right, that pressure, temperature are TCPC. This is a classical problem for ammonia wherein we need to find out the volume. We have generated A, B, this function, this equation is nothing but this equation. We want this to be 0 by changing this. We can do this with the help of Goalseek by going into data, what if analysis, Goalseek, set cell, this to value this by changing cell, this, press OK, and we get the answer, that is 0.574914. This is basically what we do. Now suppose if I want to generate a kind of pressure volume table, like for 56, my answer for this is control C, paste spatial value 0.57. Now suppose I want to do it for 66, say for example. So if I go to 66, right, and actually my answer doesn't remain same way I want to do it for 76, for 86, for 100. So every time I need to go, what I need to do is for 66 also, what I need to do is I need to go to data, what if analysis, goal seek, and repeat that story. So if I need to do certain tasks repeatedly wherein goal seek or solver or some other function is involved, I can use macro. First, I'll show you how to use macro, and then I'll show that you can realize the importance of macro, and then we will see how to generate that or record that macro. So what we do is we require this the same answer now at 66 atmosphere. You can see I have generated a button which is where it is written compute volume. When I take the cursor, it prompts me that I can click on that. If I click on that, I get an answer. You see, I never gone to data, goal seek, and this. So it is kind of, let's say this is 0.47. Now if I change this to 76, or maybe let's make it 200. So naturally again this answer changes. If I want to get that answer, I just have to press this, and you can see that this changes and volume also changes, and 0.2746, something like this. This will help you to understand that macros can record the process. Macros can record the things which you are asking Excel to do. Basically, what a macro is, where we can go. We can go to developer, and there we can go to macro. Now, if I click on macro, you can see that I have generated a macro named volume, and if I press on edit, you'll be able to realize what is it has done. It has written a kind of VB code wherein it is said range E12 select, range E12 goal seek, goal is this, and change cell E11. That is, this is your E12 and E11. So what happens is, irrespective of the actual problem, every time I press on the compute volume button, VB will make this particular you know uh, program to run goalseek and get the answer for us. So same way, if I now see, I'll again do that. I'll go to 86 and I'll press compute volume. I'll get the answer, and that is say 0.33. In same way for 76, I press compute volume and I get it. You can just see that it becomes much faster compared to if I need to do every time going to goal seek. Right, now let us try to generate another macro which does the same, perform the same task of doing these things. But when I record macro, I have to go step by step. So I need to press on record macro. I can give some names, say for example volume 1. If I want to assign some shortcut key, I can do that. I have to make sure that it doesn't interfere with any other kind of keys which are already built in into Excel or Microsoft or whatever. So you can be away from this if you are not very much aware about this other shortcut keys, and just press OK. Let's say we write volume entirely and press OK. Now you can see that there is this thing which is highlighted now, stop recording. So whenever I want to stop my recording, I'll put stop recording. Now say what I'll do is I'll go to data, I'll go to what if analysis, goal seek, set cell this to value 1 by changing cell this. I press OK and I'll get the answer. And once it is done, I'll go again to developer and I'll stop recording. So the recording is stopped. Now what I need to do is I need to go to same developer, and within that there is an insert button. Click on that insert button. You will have form controls and ActiveX controls. You have to go to form controls and take the button. Now all these buttons we can explore later on. Right now I'll just show you how to link it to a particular button. This is the macro which I want to attach to it, so this is what I have attached. I'll put this and I can edit text here, and I can write the same thing, find or maybe calculate volume, and I do this. I'll have the same thing. I put 90 and I compute volume, and you see I got the answer. So this is how I can generate a macro, and then I can relate it to some button, and that makes your program kind of beautified along with the use of Visual Basic. Now you don't need to be a person who knows Visual Basic, but in a way you are indirectly using Visual Basic with the help of macros. Now a word of caution: macros will always have some issues as far as security is concerned. So most of the times what happens is macros are disabled, because many a time viruses are getting spread through such macros. So first you have to make sure that your worksheet is macro enabled. That is one. Second, many a times what happens is you developed a macro in your worksheet and it runs properly here, and when you try to go and show it somewhere else, it doesn't run. Maybe because there is an interconnection between VB and Excel. Many a times it happens that macros doesn't run properly. So if it happens, don't think that there is something wrong which has gone with the way you recorded it. It has happened many a time. It happens with almost everybody who uses macro. So you have to be sure, you have to run it twice, thrice before you want to hand it over to someone else that your macro is working properly. So when you prepared a macro, check maybe twice, thrice, maybe get it done, you can get it checked by someone else also, so that you are sure that your macro is running properly. If that happens, you can code number of different things with the help of such macro function. And I would also advise you to explore about these buttons, and if time permits we'll also discuss about this, and how to use this for beautifying your Excel worksheet. Thank you.